It's Sunday the 2nd of December. I'm back at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium just to see what's new and what's different. Good news this week, the club announced there'll be a familiarisation event here at the South Stand in 2 weeks' time. So let's have a look at the other parts of the ground. So I'm starting here again on the north side. This is the ticket office, and you can see how much work they have done in the past couple of days. More brickwork and more glass windows. This will actually be known as the Paxton House ticket office. And you can see that they have continued as well with the paving. That's looking pretty good. Piles of paving blocks still to go in. You can see yet another window being installed now. It is early Sunday morning, a little bit of light rain, and there's actually been quite a lot of rain here in the past 7 days. But as normal, the builders are working through it. So just walking down the high road now, and you can see straight away on the left hand side the paving sections have been completed leading up to Lily White House. And I love the fact you can see so many Tottenham logos around now. So just in front here on the left hand side of the West Stand is the M, which of course is the media cafe where all of the journalists will go in. The sign here that went up last week, everyone on social media seems to see this as red. It is as I'm standing here, I can only describe it as a light brown sort of goldy colour. It is definitely not red, but I have been told, and I've seen pictures of this when it's dark, and that M actually turns to either blue or white. So when it's all lit up, it's either blue or white, as it should be. The reason why there are staff outside the media cafe today is that they are actually running an executive trip to the Emirates from the brand new stadium. They will have 2 coach loads of fans actually going to Arsenal today for this afternoon's game. And part of the trip is that they will have breakfast in the new stadium and then go on a coach with Paul Allen and David Howes. Anyway, back to the stadium. So as I keep saying in the last couple of videos anyway, the access points look virtually finished. Lots of signage is going in. far as the concrete blocks and all of the paving, all around the access points, all looks complete. All of the paving all throughout the whole of the front of the west stand looks complete. All of these barrier covers are on now, looks complete. A lot of work is going on in the main reception of the west stand. Just this little bit of paving here to complete outside the west stand. See, there's piles of all sorts of materials here. So some of these barriers are different. These are for the street lighting. So the barriers will actually match even though they've got a street light in them. And this morning, these guys here are actually putting in 4 street lights along here. There will be more, but it is only 4 today. So these are more street lights just about to go in. They're just wiring them up at the moment. Actually, there's even another one here on the floor. So this work is being carried out by ELS or ELS, Street Lighting Services. They don't hang about either, they do get these in very, very quick. I don't know whether you noticed actually, on the far right hand side, they did actually put all of the street lights in. Because around the Park Lane side, they did actually just put the poles in, but they've actually put the lights in here as well, along the high road. All outside the club shop and the Tottenham Experience. For obvious reasons really, because it's very dark now, very early in the afternoon. I did just ask the guys actually installing the street lighting, what's the time scale on these. They actually laughed and said, as soon as possible. We will get these in as soon as possible. This wouldn't be a proper stadium update if I didn't talk about panels. There are more going in. You will see there are 4 guys there putting in one of the panels underneath. And here you can see that they have really, well, they've done a great job here. This is the outside screen, sitting on the side of the west stand. And there you go, they've just pushed another one in. I don't actually think a video exists of panels not going in. There are just thousands upon thousands around this stadium. See piles of materials here, again all ready to be installed, and look what I can see up close and personal with the panels. So if they don't look that big to you up on the stadium, I can tell you now, these things are absolutely huge. And you can see the different colours as well. And these are the smaller ones that they're putting in at the moment. And that one has now been all bolted in. And on to the next one. So only a couple of days ago, Tottenham announced that there would be the first fan familiarisation event on Sunday the 16th of December, which is only 2 weeks away. They will hold this event from 11 AM till 3 PM and give 3,000 fans a 2-hour spell each in this fantastic new home of ours. So there will be 6,000 fans in total. How to get one of these tickets, which a lot of people have put on social media. How do I get my golden ticket? The application and the ballot is actually open to season ticket holders. You can actually apply for one of these tickets from tomorrow, Monday the 3rd of December. The applications actually close on Wednesday the 5th, and you will then find out if you've been successful by the 7th, which is Friday. So good luck to everybody who is a season ticket holder. I for one would love to go in 2 weeks time, so good luck to you all. And I would really like to thank, there's been about 12 people who have contacted me and said, you know, Chris, we'd love you to go in the stadium in 2 weeks time. If you don't get a ticket, I'll give you mine. And I'm just overwhelmed by that, so I thank every single one of you. If you are lucky enough to get a ticket, the club are actually charging only £1. You will access the whole of the South Stand. Before you go in, you will actually go into Park Lane Square, which is in front of the South Stand on the outside. You will go through the security procedure. They're kind of like airport arches, kind of like the arches that you go through at an airport. If you've been to Wembley Stadium, you'd have definitely gone through them. You'd need to go through one of them to get into the stadium now. Throughout the South Stand is actually the Gold Line bar. That is actually 65 metres long, and believe it or not, that is Europe's longest bar. And by me saying that, I might as well mention Europe's biggest club shop. And if you are lucky enough to get one of these tickets to the event, you will actually get 10% off in the club shop. So it sounds like a great day, and I for one hope that I get a ticket. So you can see now, you've now got these perforated panels going in at the top and the bottom of this section. And the veil on this side is looking pretty good. It's almost complete on this west side. Not many more to go. Just going to go back to the club shop and the Tottenham experience. You will see now that they've taken all of the metal barriers away, so it's very easy now for fans to go across. And these are the the airport type arches that I was going on about earlier. If you haven't been here yet in the shop, you must. It's absolutely huge, so prepare to spend quite a time in there. And whilst I'm here, I'd just like to mention a brand new book that came out a couple of days ago called The Spurs Shirt. Hardback book, £30, probably the best £30 you will spend on a book this year. Certainly if you're a Tottenham fan. It looks absolutely amazing, and it will be a must for all Tottenham fans. So look out for that. I will actually be doing a review on the book in the next week or so. So you see outside the Tottenham experience that they've actually just sectioned off small areas that they still need to work on, rather than the huge area that this is. Now, as well as the familiarization event being announced, all of us are hoping and expecting an announcement from the club next week. The club did say that the next announcement would be a stadium update, early December. Now, will that be the announcement of test events here at the new stadium? And will it be the announcement telling us when we will play our first Premier League game here? With what we've seen in the past few weeks, I'm hopeful. Every week, different areas of the stadium are being opened and things are being ticked off and completed. Remember, the last announcement from the club was to tell the fans that we would play all remaining games of 2018 at Wembley Stadium. So let's hope the next announcement is a real positive one that we can all look forward to. So just walking down Park Lane now. You can see that they've continued the grey panelling on the top of the stand. When I was here the other day, actually, there was an abseiling company here working out what was going to go where, because fans can actually abseil down the side of the south stand. Of course, there's also the skywalk. So if you are into your extreme sports, this would be a fantastic place to come. It's weird, actually. I've been asked this week, would I abseil down here and would I do the skywalk? I personally don't like heights, but I think I would probably give it a go. Being that it's Tottenham, I think if it was anywhere else I wouldn't be interested, but as it's my club and as I've visited here so often, I think that I will give it a go. And if I videoed that, that would certainly have some comedy value. So we're now in 2 weeks' time, this area will be accessed by 6,000 fans. So up the top there, it will be known as Park Lane Square. Believe it or not, that area actually is bigger than Trafalgar Square in London. You can see these structures, they are actually vents for the retractable pitch to keep it at the correct temperature. They've been worked on as well and tiled. The tiles at the bottom from here actually look like the same ones that they've actually used on each corner with the slogans. The game is about glory and Tottenham Hotspur and N17 and so on. They are actually Spanish tiles in Tottenham blue. Eventually there will be a mini football pitch up there. You can see actually on the right hand side they're actually working on those grey panels at the top of the stand. Of course there are still the two cranes here on this side. But again, a lot of these access points here do look complete. I dare say every day for the next 2 weeks. The piles of bricks and the other materials will disappear, go in and make it easy access for the 6,000 fans that are going to enter via the south stand. So you can see now, looking down Park Lane, the lights are due to go on, the street light in here. If you haven't seen in previous videos, they have actually put a lot of these signs around the area, all around the stadium and leading up to the stadium from all of the 4 main stations. So right next to the stadium here in Park Lane, they've actually put barriers in here. And they've made the holes for the ones in the road. Because this road now has actually been closed for a few weeks while they carry this work out. Well, no one would ever move these barriers. Look at the size of them. That's them before they actually go in. So I've just walked round now to the east stand. You can see the guys on the left are working on the panels at the top, as I showed you earlier. You can see the framework for the veil will continue round into the centre here and eventually match up or meet up. As usual, this is the quietest of all of the 4 stands and always has been. Got to say, I can't even see one worker on this side, but it is very busy on the other sides, which is encouraging, certainly on a Sunday morning. So just walking down Worcester Avenue now, have a closer look at a part of the east stand and the north stand. So more paving has gone in on this side. It's being jet washed at the moment. So this is all new pavements, all down Worcester Avenue. This is what the away fans will use when they go up these stairs. So I've now walked the whole way around the stadium, and as I said, these guys don't hang about, and they've actually put 2 of the street lights in already. So another 2 to go in later today, and then more to follow. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I am now off to the Emirates Stadium. Come on, you Spurs.